Good morning, everybody. I hope that all is well. Happy New Year! Today is the first, and new year, new beginnings, new blessings. Let's bring it in. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly, deeply appreciate each and every one of you who watches my videos. My disclaimers are in the description box below, as well as, ways to contact me, or if you're interested in knowing more about me. A link to my Instagram is down below as well. And thank you so much for being here. So, today is the 1st of January that I am making this. I do believe that, readings are timeless. But today I will be using the Occult Tarot. And let's start with the breathing exercise, shall we? Just 3 hits of the singing bowl. We'll breathe in and out, and then we'll get into it. Are you ready? Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Just so you guys know, I will not include it in the reading, but I just want to tell you guys, when I was pre-shuffling, when I first split the deck, the Lover's card ended up being underneath, and then at the top ended up being Strength. So if you are having a situation revolving around love, I just want you to know to be strong, to stay strong, and to have faith in your situation, and follow your intuition and follow your heart. Follow what your inner guidance is telling you about the situation and believe it. Anyways, let's get into the reading. So, I don't have any particular questions. I guess I should ask, is there something that we should be aware of right now, beginning the new year? With the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, I want to say we should be aware of our communication with other people. Destroys and burns all enemies when requested. Speaks of the creation of the world. Tells of the past and the future. The Four of Pentacles tempts thieves to steal. Serves as an excellent familiar. And with the Six of Swords underneath. Travels the world over in an instant and brings anything anywhere. Gives the truth about thefts and hidden treasures. Willing to do anything one commands. So I'm seeing, if there's a situation where someone is, not being honest, someone is holding back their energy, then it is important to... I'm getting the sense of, try to be understanding if the situation is, maybe there is more going on beneath the surface than meets the eye. I apologize, they're off. Maybe there's more to the situation that meets the eye, and so I'm also getting a feeling of try to be aware and try to discern whether something is out of selfishness or holding back, or if it's something um, that is because of, with good reason. If it's something that is, someone just being selfish, or someone really not putting in any time or effort into the energy that you are trying to, give, be aware of the reciprocated energy. Excuse me. If you're not getting reciprocation for really like extending yourself and extending your energy and trying to listen and trying to be there for someone, if they're really just stuck in their ways and they're not paying attention, or they're really not giving you a chance, then I see this as, it may be time to walk away from a situation, to move to calmer waters, is what I'm seeing here. So actually, just kind of got a feeling today of perhaps like shuffling and seeing like whatever comes out and giving a message like that. Perhaps more people might end up getting a message versus just like one really, really long message. Perhaps a bunch of little short messages. Hopefully something will resonate with you. So let's see what we have for this message. This message, the Ten of Swords, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Devil. So there's a situation that brought a lot of pain, that may involve someone who is not extending an offer of love. And what I'm kind of getting the feeling of is either this is something that you have to let go of, I'm seeing that it is something that you should let go of, but let's see. With the Devil card, I'm kind of getting the feeling that this person, male or female, the King of Cups in reverse, is not really being honest about how they feel. And I think that may be something that's hurting you. Or perhaps it's you that's not being honest to someone else about how you feel, and perhaps they're hurt about it. There's still maybe some lingering attachment. There's still maybe some lingering attachments beneath the surface that this person has for you, or that you may still have for them. And so I'm kind of getting the feeling of like someone is kind of stabbing themselves in the foot, on their own foot. But it's important to walk away from these energies. And when we walk away from these energies, new possibilities open up, where we have the ability to have a fresh start in another endeavor, in something else, or with someone else, in some other way. So for this message, I'm seeing again, like, if there's a situation that is bringing you pain and distress, discomfort, stress, anxiety, sorrow, anger, it's important to release that. And that's not the kind of energy that we want to be bringing into the new year. with every new day is a new beginning. But even more so, a lot of times when it's a new year, it really does feel like more of a brand new beginning. Does that make sense? Because the truth is, we can have a new beginning at any time of the year. We can have a new beginning whenever it is that we choose to have a new beginning. But with New Year's resolutions and all of that, it's easier for people to really see the possibilities of the new year. So I would recommend, moving away from this energy and focusing in on, loving yourself and loving the people around you who deserve your time and effort, and the people who love you. Show gratitude and support to one another, and that is something that can definitely help from having these kind of really heavy energies of the Ten of Swords and the Devil card surrounding this one particular energy. Let's see what else comes out. I felt like that card wanted to come out too. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So there's a lot of Pentacles energy here. With the Page of Pentacles, it's like there may be someone who wants to extend an offer. It could be something like working together, like a business partnership. We see a lot of pentacle energy here. Or it could be someone who wants to, have a chance with you, perhaps. Someone who wants to extend their energy towards you. But I see that they may be making a decision in their head whether they should come forward or not. But there is this desire to work together and to build a foundation for something that may be more in the future. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing there's a need to let go of the burdens of like past relationships or past disappointments with business partners. Perhaps something that is making this person hesitant about moving forward is because they still think that you're stuck in the past in a negative way. I feel like perhaps when they see you moving forward and letting go of the burdens, perhaps that is when they may find a chance to move forward or to extend an offer to you, perhaps, or even just sharing their time or their energy, or having sharing time together, perhaps even. So for this scenario here, I'm not feeling this is particularly specifically for love or specifically for career. Excuse me. Excuse me. Or anything in particular like that. I feel like there may be a lot of different people with different scenarios and different situations. If this little message resonates with you, then go with the way that it feels right to you. Don't try to make it fit. With the 21 here, I'm seeing it as a 3. So there is a desire to create something more, and I do feel that energy here with the 7 of Pentacles, because this is about planting the seeds and taking the time to water them and to tend to them and to make sure that they are being taken care of in every way that they need to be in order for you to have to be able to reap the benefits of what you have sown. So, when the season is right, when it's time to harvest, you're going to be able to have more because you took care of it, because you were watering it and you were working on it. You were tending to whatever this is. I noticed that all of these cards are facing to the left. So I think perhaps this may be a message that some of you may still be stuck in the past to some degree. And perhaps this person, whether that is true or not, perhaps this person senses that. Or perhaps that is just, their perception of the situation. Now, if that is your energy, if you're still in the 10 of Wands upright type of energy, please be aware of where your thoughts linger. And it's okay to think of the past. It's okay to reminisce on the past, as long as it is, with gratitude, or to learn from a lesson, or to really see how far you've come. But not to be hard about it, not to be so harsh about it and judgmental about it and still angry or still sad about the situation. I feel like that's why it's in reverse, is like there's this desire to be sure that there's no old burdens in the way when this offer comes forward. Because again, they're all looking that way. Even though this one's in reverse, since it is in reverse, it is looking that way as well. Be aware of your thoughts and be aware of how long you linger in the past. And it's okay to focus on the past, but be aware of why it is that you're focusing on the past. Is it to move away from something and to heal from it, to work on that? Or is it just because you are stuck in the past and not able to move forward? And if there is someone around you, perhaps they may be aware of that energy. And again, if you're in that situation, have strength. The strength card came out with the cards that came out previously. So for the previous message, a little extension is to have strength. To have strength in the situation, to be honest with yourself, and to work on what it is that you need to work on for your own stability. Especially because there was a lot of pentacle energy. That's what I'm getting. The Fool, the Knight of Swords, whoa. The Two of Pentacles again. The Seven of Pentacles again. And again, like, the cards are looking to the left. Even this one. Again, all of the cards are looking to the left. A desire to want to move forward. To share a truth. To make a decision. A desire for patience. Every beginning is going to bring its own challenges. And that's okay. We need to learn that with every beginning, it's only natural that there are going to be challenges. And instead of viewing them as like, oh, here we go again, I think we should try to view those challenges as like, okay, so when there is a challenge that has appeared in your life, it means that you are ready to be tested. And it is a test to see, you know, what it is that you really want. How have you worked on your reactions? You know, it's really to see, have you healed from what you need to? Are you still allowing the same kind of people into your life who do the same kind of thing, take advantage, or, you know, who sneak around? This one, whenever I see this card, it always reminds me of a Khajiit. And I think Khajiit has wares if you have coin. That's something from a game if you know the reference. So perhaps it is also like, again, someone may be more willing to move forward once they see that you have let go of certain outcomes. Let's see what else comes out. No, I do readings very differently. Like every time, I don't have a specific spread or anything like that I like to go by. I just kind of prefer to go with the message that comes up, really. So let's see what else comes up. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the Ten of Wands upright, the Moon, Four of Cups, as well as the Six of Pentacles. there are things that are blocking. There are things that may be blocking you that require change. We have the number 5 here. Causes and cures diseases. Tell secrets and things hidden can make one shapeshift. When we look into the energy of the moon, we see there are secrets. We see there are shadows. We see our own reflection. But it is usually sometimes murky. It can be difficult to see the situation clearly in some regard because there may be secrets involved. However, at the same time, with the moon's light illuminates things, bringing healing to them. The moon has its phases, and the phases teach us, you know, the times to let go and the times to ask in a way. With the wing on the wings, Beelzebub, excuse me. On the wings we see skulls and crossbones, so it's making me think of the death card energy. There's definitely a need to release the burdens and a need to release the 4 of Cups, which is and then there's 44. It's the 4 of Cups, and the number of this entity is 44. So maybe 444 is a significant number to you. Or perhaps you should look into 444. But again, there's a need to transform this stagnant, stale energy. This energy of not opening our eyes to a new possibility. Today's the 1st. It is a new year. It is literally the new year has just started, and it's up to us to stay holding on to the burdens of disappointments, or for us to realize that Spirit does have an offer of something new for us. Because in the 4 of Cups, when you think of the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, you see someone who is sitting down leaning against a tree with 3 cups that are spilt over in front of them, or 3 cups that are standing upright, but they're so fixated on those 3 cups that they don't notice that Spirit literally right next to them has 1 cup, one particular cup, one specific blessing that perhaps this person or you, if this is your energy, may not be realizing because you're so stuck in focusing on the options in front of you without realizing that you have more options than you realize. But I feel like there needs to be an end to this kind of stagnant energy of comparing all of the options. Like, I feel like it has been long enough that you have compared the options, the 3 cups in front of you, to where it is burdening you and it has become some kind of like stagnant energy for you. With the 6 of Pentacles, I see that you want reciprocity. And perhaps with the cups in front of you, you're not seeing reciprocity in the way that you want to. But just know that, you know, those aren't the only options. That's not the end all be all. There's way more than meets the eye. There's more possibilities available to you. And this card is making me think of the Ace of Wands. So what I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands, or I know this card is not the Ace of Wands, but I'm getting that energy of the Ace of Wands from this card. What I'm feeling from that is when you follow your passion and you are honest and authentic with who you really are, that is when people start to come to you, because of who you are. But you cannot expect people to really understand who you are and really try to get to know you deeper, really try to, if you're not like standing true within yourself, if you're not really following your heart and really expressing who you are, you know, and you know, you can't really get mad at people for who start to realize who you really are. If you're keeping secrets about it, like, you can't really get mad at them for not really seeing who you really are, because I feel like there's an aspect of you who hides who you are. And so this is a need to change that and to be authentic with who you really are. And once you start chasing your passions and your dreams and feeling the fire within your heart, once you start following that, you will realize that you start to have reciprocity that you desire, because the people who support you are going to see what it is that you really are all about. And people who want to be a part of that, people who want to extend their energy and help you in that endeavor, or who want to, you know, just support you or whatever the case is, they're going to do it based upon what they see. But if you're not showing them who you really are, you can't really be mad at them for perhaps not reacting in the best way when you do finally, like, show who you really are. There has to be a level of honesty, a level of openness, a level of trust when we are meeting people, that we are being authentic to ourselves and that they are also being authentic to themselves. So it is disappointing when you find out that someone was wearing a mask. I mean, wouldn't you be disappointed if someone was acting like they were into certain things and that they knew a lot about that topic or whatever, and then you actually start talking to them and you find out that that's not really true? That perhaps it was all for show? For whatever reason, it doesn't matter. The point is here, I feel, is to just be authentic, share your truth, be honest with people. I saw 3344. So what I'm seeing that is work on manifesting your own stability, in the sense of, in this regard, feeling content, feeling compassionate, feeling understanding of yourself, know thyself, in order to share that with other people, for them to come to you not as someone who doesn't know who you are, but that if you're true with who you really are, the people who are attracted to your energy, the people who are on the same vibration as you, will be attracted towards you. But again, if you're wearing a mask, you know, don't be so angry if someone is like disappointed, is what I'm seeing. So let's see. Kind of have a feeling like I should flip some of these. flip some of these too. The Nine of Wands in reverse, the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. There's still burdens that are in your way, but I feel like you're trying to release them by going within, or if you're not already doing that, then this is, I feel, advice to do so. Any burdens that you have been feeling of any desired outcomes that are not coming true, or any scenarios, anything that is not resonating with you anymore, it's a time to go within and to change. Here with the 5, to make changes in your life that will help you move forward. Here we have the Knight of Cups and the Five of Swords. I think deep down, perhaps you or someone in your energy wants to open up about something. Perhaps make an offer in regards to an emotional, something emotional. So it could be love, or it could just be to extend their emotions to you, to be closer to you. It does not have to be in a love-related way. But I think that one of the blockages here, one of the burdens that needs to be let go of, is this fear of fighting, this fear that it's going to go bad. And actually, with the Hierophant in reverse underneath this card, I do see that there's this thought that things are not going to work out. And I feel like that is a burden that is keeping you or this person from coming forward with something. I feel like it's a conversation that may involve a lot of emotions. And again, it does not have to be love related. It can be, though. So there's a need for you to, in order for you to move away, or this person to move away from this energy of like, well, this isn't going to work. Why should I even bother? You know, you should, if you feel in your heart to move forward in a certain way. If you have fears that are keeping you back, I feel like there's a need to go within and to figure out why is it that you think that this is not going to work out. Is it because genuinely in the situation, in the scenario, perhaps you're not getting enough communication, so what you know is limited, and that may cause some issues within you, but that's really making you feel anxious and struggling in this situation. So what I'm seeing for you here is to, if this is your energy, is to go within and try to work on releasing these blockages and these fears, so that if you are the one who wants to speak up about how you feel or to share those thoughts, those emotions with someone, then you work on the part of you that is fearful. With the Hermit, again, I'm seeing that there's a need to move forward away from the burdens. And it's like, just know that whether someone comes forward or not, just know that it is important for you to be working and focusing on yourself. Regardless of the outcome of this situation, whether it's something that you want or that you don't want, or it's something that this person wants or doesn't want, regardless of the situation, I'm seeing that there's a time that needs to be for introspection. So that you can gain some clarity. And whatever it is that you are not able to gain clarity on, because perhaps it's something that revolves around someone else and you don't know their side of it because maybe they don't want to open up about it, or maybe they have in some way fought you about it, whether it's just by staying quiet, ignoring you, whatever the case is, you need to let go of the things that you cannot control, is what I'm getting here. Regardless of the outcome, you work on you and releasing desired outcomes, so that way you're not causing yourself so much stress. So that way you go into the new year with a new invigorated energy where you're ready to move forward and you're ready to make the changes in your life necessary for yourself. And whatever else follows will follow. I feel like this is a period where it is time to grow from a situation that perhaps was otherwise very stagnant or really didn't work out. Move forward for yourself and for the people that you love. Follow through with what it is that you want for your own life, and don't wait for someone just because you love them. Like, it comes to a point when we have to say, like, hey, you know what, I'm done. If what's the quote, if it's meant to be, they'll come back. Damn, how can I forget? What is meant to be will come to me. You can say that as an affirmation. Actually, that would be a good affirmation. If it is meant to be, it will come to me. And just know that everything else that is not meant to be will fall away or should be left behind and not stressed over. Four of Wands, the Devil, Temperance in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like there's this mirrored energy of some kind of negative patterns. I feel like it's mirrored because we have the Four here, the Four of Wands. And usually the Four of Wands is depicted with two wands on one side and two wands on the other side. it is an energy that is usually symbolizing stability and passion. It is an energy that can be seen as a soulmate card, or if that's something that resonates with you. I feel like knows all things, answers truly about things earthly or divine. So I feel like there's this mirrored energy of knowing something, of knowing where there are still like negative energies holding us back. It could be in a relationship, in regards to a relationship, a partner. It could be in regards to a love interest. And there's a lack of patience here. I'm noticing the horns. There's 3 horns. This one has 2 and this one has 1. What just came to my mind was calling in your soulmate. I'm seeing, even though that there are, still energies that need to be worked through in order to have a stable foundation, there needs to be temperance. And I'm feeling like there is a lack of compassion. I kind of feel like in this scenario there may be some energies of anger or resentment that are perhaps being mirrored. But I feel like this is a need to let that go. With the Knight of Pentacles. See here. Teaches the virtues of herbs and stones, makes birds appear and behave as though tame. What I'm getting with this card is like, as above, so below. As within, so without. I'm seeing there is an endless amount of possibilities of where we are able to, or where we choose to, where we're able to put our time and energy into different things that we want to do. Different projects, creative projects perhaps. Different friendships, relationships that we're trying to balance, friends and family. I'm seeing there's a desire for balance within yourself, a desire to follow what it is that brings you joy, to follow what it is that resonates with your truth. And if that is a wand, then to think of like, to follow what it is that are your passions. And we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So the 6 of Wands is a victory card, but in reverse, what I'm seeing here is, again, the more you focus on things not coming together, the harder it is going to be for the energy to flow better. Because of resistance. And I don't know, I just noticed on his cake, they look like sperms. I've never saw it that way. I don't know if that is somehow significant to anyone. Perhaps a difficulty, um, like let's say you're in a relationship and you want to have children and someone isn't able to, or let's say I'm also kind of feeling like I feel like that what I just said might just barely resonate with people. And perhaps that's only for like a few people. Perhaps this person, you and or this person has energies within you of sexual deviancy. Perhaps that is the shadow that you and or this person are struggling with, and how I mentioned earlier how things are being mirrored. I feel like perhaps that is what is going on. Perhaps it's like you or this person isn't sure if the only thing that you want from each other is sex. So perhaps that is why things have been difficult to be patient about or to be understanding about, because perhaps someone is feeling used or has felt used in the past. I keep noticing this bear, how it's looking up at him, kind of. It's kind of looking to the side, but I feel like it's also kind of looking up. And so I kind of feel like this person is not sure if you're going to take advantage of them at any given opportunity that you have, or vice versa. Like perhaps you feel like this person, whenever they're around you, like all they want to do, all they have on their mind is one thing. And perhaps that's why there's a difficulty in the situation with being patient and understanding, because there may be this feeling of like this person can really maybe hiding an aspect of themselves, and when I least expect it, they may try to come at me with it. I feel like there's a need to follow your inner guidance. With the horns, I feel like when you see red flags, I think red flags are, for the most part, they are, when you see a red flag, you see a red flag. It's usually because you are seeing the truth of a situation, of, negative energies regarding that. So when you see a red flag, it's important to pay attention to it. Perhaps call it out if you need to, if you feel called to call out something, to speak your truth, to say how you feel. I still feel like there's some kind of mirrored energy here. So if you're feeling like this person still has certain negative energies that they're working through, you know, chances are, if this is a soul connection, then you do too. Because a connection that deep, that is spiritual, is going to be a reflection, you know, even more of a reflection of who we are. It's a way to shed light onto ourselves for us to see the aspects of ourselves that we need more work on. So I feel like be patient with yourself in working through these energies, and know that everyone has these energies. And the difference between people is like what we do with that energy. Do we cater to it? Do we just give in and let the energy take over us? The negative energies dictate our life? Or do we call ourselves out for those negative energies in the sense of like, that's not something that resonates with me. So I need to work through that energy and heal it so that way I can move forward and have a new beginning with that globe there. I'm feeling like the world card, a new beginning. And the new beginning can be just with ourselves, you know, it doesn't have to be with a person. A new beginning can be just, hey, we worked through our stuff enough to where we have evolved to some degree, and you know, it's important to realize how far we've come in our journey and to be grateful for it, and to also be proud of ourselves for the amount of work that we have put into our healing, into moving on from toxic situations or situations that bring us pain and negativity. Oh. The Eight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords in reverse again, the Fool in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Again, there's a call to reflect and to go inward because we have like a mirror there. Even though I was trying to kind of pull for different scenarios, I feel like all of these kind of coincide together, especially for the same cards to be coming out. It could be a different scenario. It could be an extension of the scenarios that have been spoken about already. But a need for moving forward. But I feel like there's... And I never really saw this card in this way before. But you see, this entity here is not even looking in the mirror. This entity here has a mirror in the hand, but not looking at it. So I feel like this may mean that you know that you should go within yourself and soothe the emotions that you have within you that are really, that you're struggling with, to work on yourself within for healing. Water and reflection, the energy of reflections can be energies of healing. There's a need to move away from keeping yourself from looking in the mirror. When we walk away from situations that no longer resonate with us, it brings us closer to the Ten of Cups, which is something that will be fulfilling. And that is, ultimate fulfillment and emotional stability. Sometimes walking away is the answer. Sometimes walking away is the new beginning. Or sometimes walking away can bring upon a situation where a new beginning will happen. Here we have the Knight of Swords and the Fool in reverse. I'm seeing this could be one straight energy. It could be two different energies. It could be one person who's like flip-flopping in their mind to move forward with something that they feel will make that will bring them happiness, to move away from something that was disappointing in order to have a new beginning in some regard for emotional fulfillment. But there's also this energy here of lack of communication, because swords symbolize communication. They symbolize the mind. So I kind of feel like this could also be this person who wants to move away from past negativity, or from certain situations. They may also need to be moving away from their own negative thought cycles, the way that they present thoughts to themselves can be in a very negative, disheartening way, which can kind of make it harder for someone to move forward, move away from something. Because if they're being negative about the way that they see things, they're not seeing so clearly. And again, when they're not looking in the mirror, are they really moving towards what they really want? There's an energy of fear and an energy of not going within, because we have the Hanged Man in reverse underneath the deck. And remember, I kept saying, now that I think about it, about the mirror, so this is a reflection on this energy. There's this fear to move forward because we have the Fool in reverse. So someone who's not taking a leap of faith, someone who's not following their inner guidance to have a new beginning, or to take a step forward in the direction that they actually want to go. Perhaps self-deception. On the Star in reverse and the World in reverse, you have the Four of Wands and the Double again. Okay. World in reverse, the Star in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. It's kind of like, I feel like you or this person feels like you have to take off your entire skin in order to evaluate it. I feel like there's this sense of perhaps bringing back a few, I'll just say piles, a few piles earlier. I feel like it's kind of saying, trying to view your situation with a fresh new set of eyes. Or perhaps this is bringing back to the previous message that I was talking about earlier, where I was saying that someone may be wearing a mask, maybe deceiving themselves, or, whatever the situation may be. I feel like there's this feeling of not being true to yourself. Like, to me, I'm kind of getting this feeling of like, who am I? I need to remove the mask. I need to start fresh. I need to start new. I need to really, truly just be 100% real and 100% authentic and vulnerable with who I am. Because this isn't it. It's kind of like someone is looking at themselves. I feel like someone may not be looking within and someone may be. Perhaps they're two different messages for different people. If someone's looking within themselves, I feel like they may be coming to find that they're not really being authentic 100%. And I feel like they're tired of that. I feel like they want to remove the mask and they just want to feel vulnerable, but there's this fear here. There's this fear that whatever it is that they want to come true is not going to come true, because we have the Star card in reverse and the World card in reverse too. So there are a lot of fears here, a lot of fears. I kind of feel like this deck wants to be used right now. Whoa, I'll get that one card. There was a lot that just came through. So let's see if we can go through it. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, I feel like there is a desire to move forward, to offer something new, something emotional, whether it's love or just to express someone's emotions. But there are still blockages, definitely still blockages that I feel. I feel like maybe someone is a workaholic, or they're really trying to work in order for them to not have to deal with a broken heart. I kind of feel like someone may be sitting in their power, or they may seem like they really are, but deep down inside, I feel like they're struggling to some degree. So I do feel like this person does have the qualities of, the Queen of Wands, whether they're male or female. But at the same time, because they work, which is good to have a good work ethic. But, I mean, at the same time, it can be a way of, how can I say, a way of escapism, to really just put all of your time and energy into work only. You need to have a balance, and that balance needs to be of rest. You need to also give yourself time to do what it is that feels relaxing to you. Not just always go, always in this energy. It's very important to be in this energy and to work diligently, to work hard, to work smart, to work passionately towards the things that we want to create, because that's the only way that we will create it for ourselves. But at the same time, I'm seeing there needs to be a balance. I'm seeing this as like this person's workaholic kind of tendencies are a reflection or a coping mechanism, a like something, a distraction from heartache. And you see, the bad thing about that, again, it is good to work on whatever it is that you desire, and it is important to work diligently and to work hard, work smart for the things that you want. But when you are doing things with an underlining issue, when you're doing these kind of things or whatever it is, it could be, it could be addictions as well. An addiction to working is still an addiction. Any addiction's bad. It doesn't matter what it is. Because an addiction means that it is too much of whatever it is. And there needs to be balance in our life of work, play, friendships, solitude, all of that. But if we're just distracting ourselves with whatever it is, it could be working on our own passions. It could be work, a job. I do feel that there's this workaholic tendencies, but what I feel that is bad about it, or what I feel is the blockage here, is not taking all the time to do it necessarily. I feel like the blockage is that it feels like a cover-up. Like, I'm not saying that it is just a cover-up, but what I'm saying is, again, that it feels like a coping mechanism. But the thing about that is, when we distract ourselves, we're not allowing ourselves the time to actually heal. So what we're doing is we're just putting band-aids on stab wounds. If you put a band-aid over a stab wound, like, that's not the proper way to heal the wound. You're literally just putting a band-aid over it. Like, oh, I'll deal with it later. Like, oh, it's not my problem, whatever. When you really actively, I feel like this person or you is actively trying so hard to do absolutely anything else but think about this. Now, again, it is a good thing that they're not trying to focus on the things that bring them pain. I feel like they're not trying to focus on that. But it is an underlying issue because they keep avoiding it. This is a very avoidant energy. They're avoiding the truth within themselves that they have to heal this in order to really step into this power. I feel like, yes, this is the heart. When we think of the heart, we think of love, we think of passion, we think of the fire that fuels our heart's desires. We think of what it is that we want. The heart wants what it wants. And here with the Queen of Wands again, wands symbolize passion. They symbolize fire. They symbolize creativity and ideas. And so I see, to some degree, you or them or whoever is in this energy is, to some degree, yes, they're following their heart and they're following their passions and they're following their intuition and their happiness to some degree. But to have the Ace of Wands in reverse right under the Queen of Wands, I feel like is saying that this is kind of like, yes, this is an energy that they do have within them. And yes, it is an energy that they do portray, or that you do portray. But at the same time, there's this flopped energy blockage that, like, this is not always the case, because there's also these fears of communicating, these fears of coming forward and having reciprocity, because I feel like this is very avoidant energy. Whatever this is that's going on, it feels very avoidant. It feels like someone who's, I feel like it may not be the case where someone is in denial necessarily. I feel like they know. Okay, no, yeah, I do have a feeling of denial, because in denial it's like you may know what it is, but at the same time you're fighting it. So I do feel like this person, whether it's you or it's someone else, is fighting these underlying issues, these feelings that are really going on beneath the surface, to where they feel like they can't move forward. And they want reciprocity. They want reciprocity, but because they're blocking themselves by not facing their truth and not facing their patterns, not facing the healing that needs to happen. If they want a new beginning, the only way to have a new beginning is to heal your heart, because at that point your heart is full again. You know? But there's a need for transformation, and it was in reverse. So what I'm seeing again is this avoidant energy. I keep feeling avoidance, avoidance, avoidance. Like, perhaps you or this person, whoever's in this energy, feels like they've done enough of the healing work, but I feel like deep down inside they know that that is not the truth. But because they are in denial, they are in the death card in reverse. So what that means is that all of this stuff, all this stagnant negative energy that is within them is still within them, because they have not transformed it into something different. I feel like to some degree they have, because I do feel like they are, they can be in these energies here that are very positive energies, working diligently for your dreams, and staying true to yourself, and really following your heart and your passion, your happiness, while also following your intuition. I feel like they have that. But they also have all of this. And because this may be a negative coping mechanism, because it is a avoidant, because it's in a way to avoid going within and actually doing the work. You see, with clouded judgment, I feel like this person chooses, if they are like consciously aware that they need to make the changes in their life, but they're not, they're definitely, I feel, using this energy in a way of distraction. So it is good because they are moving forward within themselves, or it is good to some sense because it shows that you are working hard for what you want, if this is you or this is someone else. But again, with all of this energy down here, we see that it really is not the best way to handle the situation. It's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and then it's 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. Because I feel like it's very inconsistent. And there's no way to tell because, at one point, like, we can be triggered where all of these emotions and memories come up to surface, and then it's hard for us to work on our projects because we may be so much in our head. And I feel like you or this person, whoever this energy is for, I feel like really bottles things up. And there's a need to transform that energy. If you want to have reciprocity in this, or if they want to have some kind of reciprocity, then they need to learn to heal themselves. And I do feel like all of these mini messages, I feel like they all correlate to each other. I feel like they're all in essence the same kind of energy. And maybe that's why, I didn't start the reading like I usually do, kind of like an amount of cards pretty similar to what we see right now. Because the cards that were coming out when I was shuffling from the occult tarot, the cards that were coming out, there were multiple times that the same cards were coming out over and over again. And so what that's telling me is the energies that are going on are in a cycle. These energies are cycling, and they're cycling because, again, there's this avoidant energy of going within and of doing the transformative work. I feel like whoever this is really working on themselves and working on some kind of stability, which is amazing, which is perfect, which is what we all need to do. But at the same time, we need to be sure that we're not avoiding underlining issues, because they will come back and bite us in the ass in the future, I guarantee it. In some way, shape, or form, when we bottle stuff up, eventually it's going to come out. Eventually the bottle is going to burst open. Whether it takes a few days, it takes weeks, it takes months, it takes years. It could take years. But there's still going to be that buildup of pressure, especially the more that they suppress whatever it is that's going on. That is adding more and more and more and more pressure onto this bottle where it's just going to burst. And I feel like that really is not something. If this is you, please don't let that happen. I genuinely feel like if this is your energy that you're in right now, if you're the one bottling all of, things up, please don't, because I feel like in the time when you least expect it, all of that's going to come to surface, and it may really affect you for a while. You may be on a really good streak, or this person may be on a really good streak in their creative endeavors. But I feel like with this energy, it's only about time that it's going to come back to the surface. And again, if they want something that is to be reciprocated, then they need to make transformations. And if this is you, then if you want reciprocity, or even if you want, let's say you're not trying to get back with someone, or someone's not trying to get back with you, the point is that I'm feeling here is a need for balance within yourself. And I think, whether this is your energy or someone else's energy, I think this is the energy that we all need to be in, is balancing out the scales for ourselves and reciprocating for ourselves, being there for ourselves, supporting ourselves, and really being our best friend. Transforming any negativity into constructive energy to where we are building upon ourselves and what it is that we want. But also, again, there is a need to heal old baggage, old wounds that are still at play and still causing challenge for this scenario. Now my battery is below 10% now. This reading really went kind of weird. Again, I just kind of go with what feels right in the moment. So I don't know, it did feel really different than what I usually do. But I hope that this message helped. So what I want to do now is I want to maybe pull a few oracle cards. And then we'll call it for today. They're so big. Sometimes some cards are so hard to shuffle. It's like, come on, we don't all have huge hands, okay? Like stretching my fingers so much. Let's see what this card is. Conclusions are within reach. I feel like this really is a way of saying, look, it's a new year. Last year is last year. It's up to us to choose to view this new year with new possibilities, or to view it as an extension of the last year. Like, yes, every year is going to be an extension of the previous year and the previous year, because things continue on. Things progress. It's not like every year is literally like everything in existence is wiped off and then we are starting completely new 100%. Like, everything is cumulative. However, the way that we choose to see the new year is like, are we going to choose to see it with new blessings and new possibilities? Are we going to close out old cycles in order to allow those new possibilities to come to us? So are we going to be in the Four of Cups in reverse kind of energy rather than the Four of Cups upright? And if you remember earlier, I did mention about, the Four of Cups did come out earlier. And I did mention, the depiction of the Four of Cups is focusing on something that is not working, on something that is stagnant, on something that we're so unsure of, versus following something new that Spirit may have laid out for us, literally maybe trying to hand out to us, trying to get us to go in that direction, because that may be what will help us heal. Confidence is your key to success. I definitely feel that. The energy of gaining momentum is really important. It is just barely the start of the new year, and I feel like whatever it is that you start working on now, or that you have been working on, I feel like it's important to continue to work on the things that you actually really want to work on, because the energy will gain momentum. And I feel like later on in the year, this is kind of like the Seven of Pentacles energy, where it's like, what seeds are you planting into the soil? And up until the end of the year, you know, you are theoretically, we should all be taking care of watering our dreams and watering whatever it is that we're trying to manifest by the end of the year, or, you know, whatever it is, to know that it does gain momentum. So we have to continue to work on it. And by having confidence, really, when you have confidence, you're able to do absolutely anything. Confidence really truly is key, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're trying to do in your life. It's nearly impossible to do it without any confidence at all. It's really, really difficult, because when we lack confidence, we don't believe in ourselves. And when we don't believe in ourselves, we are keeping ourselves in this stuck energy where we are in lack. Your commitment is being tested. Remember how earlier I mentioned that things that happen in our lives are tests in order to see like how far we've come. And I saw 1:31:11. How far we've come. What do you need to release? Like, there's still more that needs to be worked on. We have, again, that energy is gaining a momentum. So do understand that what it is that you're trying to build upon now is definitely, you're going to see fruits of your labor later on in the year. And with this, nothing will come of this situation. I'm seeing when you are in those energies where you feel stuck and stagnant, know that nothing will come of you being stuck and stagnant. Straight up. So what it is that we have to do is we have to learn to release this energy. Release this energy of stagnance. Release the energy of negativity. Release the energy of like nothing will come of this situation. I know that luck is on your side as long as you're aiming towards what it is that you desire to create for yourself in your own life. Now, because my battery was below 10%, I will leave the reading here so I can actually have a proper outro. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly do appreciate each and every one of you who watches my videos. And thank you for being a part of this soul family. And if you're not, I hope that you will consider being a part of the soul family. I really do sincerely appreciate you even taking the time to be here. And if you made it this far, thank you. Even more so, thank you so much. Because I know that these readings are long and a lot of people don't like to watch long videos. But even though I know that, I genuinely just feel like, I don't know, there are so many times that before a reading I'm like, oh, I need to work on my timing, and you know, I should have shorter readings, like short and to the point, precise. But that's really hard for me because I guess I just kind of get so like into it, into the reading, and I just want to provide as much information as I can and as much, you know, like, what's the word? Clarification as I possibly can, because I feel like the longer the reading, the more cards, you know, the more messages that come through, the more it could help someone or help multiple people. And that is my hope, at least. And so again, if you watched it to the reading, thank you so much. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope it brought you clarity and peace. And I wish you all a wonderful year. And I do want to keep trying to upload every other day. So as of right now that I am able to do that, I will try to keep up with that schedule of every other day. But yeah, thank you again so much. Many blessings. Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Take care. Thank you, Soul Family.